All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 154-pound division, or is it the 160-pound division? As Errol Spence Jr. speaks out, and it looks like we're going to know that we know what he's going to do next, at least a little bit, as things start to shape up. But he came out like Omar. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where Errol Spence Jr. puts everybody out on notice from 154 to 160 that he is coming back. And we'll see if everybody scatters about those divisions. But before I get into that specific topic, and the people that I think he is, if you're talking about 154 and 160, what that could mean, seeing as that there's a big fight tonight between two of his potential opponents. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It is how we're able to continue to do the work. But that said, Errol Spence Jr. lost his last fight back in 2022 against Terrence Crawford. And thereafter, it's been a long time since he's been in the ring. There was buzz that he would be fighting Sebastian Fundora when he got into the ring after Sebastian Fundora won the 154-pound titles for the WBO and the WBC when he beat Tim Tszyu. Errol Spence Jr. gets in the ring and they talk about fighting next. However, no fight comes up. The WBO orders Sebastian Fundora to fight Terrence Crawford. So people are wondering what's going to happen with that fight with Errol. Also, there's the rematch that not many people talk about anymore, which was the rematch that was agreed to in the initial contract between Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. So neither one of those things so far has come to fruition. But with this particular tweet that he let out, I think that we can expect to hear some things pretty soon. There had also been some other rumblings about other PBC fighters that were going to be on cards. Gervonta Davis in either November 23rd or December 12th. And then on that particular card, there was rumors that Jermell Charlo and the Charlo brothers could be on that card. So it looks like the PBC is going to continue to stack cards with a lot of different high quality fighters on there, where it's a little less like it used to be, where you would see Landy Lara, highlight a card, then Danny Garcia highlight a card, Sean Porter highlight a card. Seems like they may be going away from that a little bit, and they're stacking these cards. You have, say, for example, with David Benavidez. David Benavidez is rumored to be on the undercard again, or the co-main for Gervonta Davis again, but adding Jermell Charlo to that as well and Jamal Charlo to that as well. Man, it really adds a lot of value to that card, but it also shows you that as far as Errol Spence Jr. is concerned, you may see a lot of that stacking of those Amazon cards with him as well. I don't think that he would ever go to becoming, being an undercard fighter on Gervonta's card or something like that, but you just never know. When they're in competition with the Riyadh season stuff, they may feel that, hey, well, actually, I think they were doing it before the Riyadh season, but one of the new trends is for those pay-per-views, you may not get a bunch of good fights on the card, but what you'll do is you'll get a bunch of big names on the card. So it's possible that in one of these fight cards coming up this year, whether it is November 23rd, November 14th, that Errol Spence Jr. may be on it. The one thing that I would say that would make me think I don't know is because Errol's still such a big draw in in Dallas area, at least we think he is, where you can sell out a stadium, you can sell out that stadium there or do something big there. And so if he was there, that would be a headliner. I don't think he's still at this great stage of his career to be like in an undercard or a co-main with Gervonta Davis. So who could he fight? The leading candidate at 154 pounds for me is still Sebastian Fundora. And the reason that I say Sebastian Fundora is because Sebastian Fundora and him were in the ring before. I think that, to me, that's a reasonable explanation for the 154 to 160. But what about the 160? Who could he fight at 160? Errol is really looking for title shots, championship shots. So let's say tonight Danny Garcia beats Erislandy Lara. Well, then that means Danny Garcia is the welterweight champion, is a middleweight champion for the WBA. And that's a rematch for Errol Spence that Danny Garcia said that he would be up for. I think that's obviously the real shot for him at 160. So I think that just him saying 154 to 160 lets you know that winner of that fight is in play. And it seems like we have almost a little bit of a senior citizen thing going on, where you still have the group of all the fighters, the Sean Porters, the Danny Garcias, right? Keith Thurman, Errol, that were in that generation of welterweights, still, moving up to 154 and to 160 fighting each other. Tickets will sell. If it's Danny and Errol, it's sold in Dallas. I saw the fight in Dallas. Maybe they go to New York this time. Who knows? But I like that Errol Spence Jr. is back, man. It's encouraging to see him say that because he really doesn't say anything until he's made some type of decision or some type of thing is solidified. If you look back earlier this year or earlier last year before the Terrence Crawford fight was actually signed, Errol let out a tweet about spinning the block. Well, that spinning the block thing ultimately came to fruition, and we wound up getting the fight. So if I have to guess who it is going to be, that's who it's going to be. It's going to be Danny Garcia or it's going to be Sebastian Fundora. If Sebastian Fundora and those guys' negotiations don't work, or Danny Garcia loses to Erislandy Lara, then more than likely, boom. Or Errol will, he's just somebody's leftovers. And we'll find out about that, hopefully, very soon. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If not, still hit the thumbs down button. Appreciate you for it, though. And with that, I'm out. Peace.